Well, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your first half of February reading. Let's see what we have here. Get these cards mixed up really good. I hope that your January has been as wonderful as mine. I want to thank God for such a wonderful month. It's been great. I feel that the frequencies have been raised since the year has been off to a start. In the beginning of January, there was still a little low vibration going on from 2019, but I feel the momentum picking up now, and it just seems like it's going to be a great year. So, I want to make sure that all the readings reflect that. So get your little vibe up and let's get ready for some good positive. See, we got the victory. Some positive readings today. Ah, look at that. Starting off good. Whoa, got the Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. So far so good. Well, what the hell? What's going on, Scorpio? So the Wheel of Fortune is leading into some disappointment, but it's also leading into the end of a cycle here, the end of some disappointment. So we're going to see. This was the last card also for Libra, and they got the victory anyway. I mean, it came up that way. So it doesn't always mean that it's anything bad. It just means that there was some disappointment there. But regardless, there's a lot of strong energy here. So um, I would still say yes, this is a good reading overall because you got some powerful energy here with the Wheel of Fortune. So what it looks like is that you were made an offer and the offer seemed so good, but with the offer, with the Wheel of Fortune energy, Wheel of Fortune ends up good, but in order to go through the cycle of the Wheel of Fortune, you often have to go through a lot in order to get your fortune. So that's what it looks like here. And so even though you had the victory through this, there was some disappointments along the way. That's what it seems like. So, Scorpio, you got a very good offer here, which led you into some light and dark lessons here, some good things and some things that were contrasting and didn't feel too good, but it all ended up in a lot of life lessons. So we will see what that's all about. Okay, so there we go. I was exactly right. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So you were offered something, but you didn't see everything that was behind the offer. When you got involved, you felt bound, you felt helpless, you felt like, wow, this looked so good on the outside, but once I got in here, this isn't what I thought, right? So it was more so what you thought. It was more so like how it was presented, and then how it ended up in your perception was just two totally different things. And you felt like, well, I'm in it now, I got to go through it. And what happened was, as you went through it, you took the good with the bad with both of these pentacles here. You explored all of your choices that you had while you were actually doing it. You made the best of it that you possibly could, even though there were things in it that you just did not like at all, things that you didn't necessarily agree with, things that you didn't sign up for, things that you didn't know, things that you weren't aware of. But because you did so well through it, you still were awarded this Ace of Pentacles at the end of the day, which was what we started out with. So it was almost like you were awarded the Ace of Pentacles with a lot of BS in there. You wrangled the BS, pulled the BS out, and you came up with the victory with the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, really, I could stop the reading right here. So you were disappointed, but you still got your Ace of Pentacles. So it was almost like you were the champion, like somebody, like you were in a game where somebody was like, I dare you to go to the bottom of the ocean to get this $1 million, and you had to go through shark and piranha, you had to go through eel and jellyfish, and you had to go through all of these things, and they didn't think you were going to come up, and you went down to the bottom of the ocean and you came up with the treasure. And when you came up, they were like, oh my God, I can't believe Scorpio actually did it. They did it. Right? So you got the victory, which is what I was feeling when I first saw it. Like, and you came up with a rose. You came up smelling like a rose. You came up looking beautiful and strong. And wow. And they got defeated, and they ended up having to, like, people ended up having to walk away because you didn't give up, you persevered. You were like fight, you were like persevering, you were like, I'm not giving up, like, I came in here to get this Ace of Pentacles, I'm coming out to get this Ace of Pentacles. And you defeated some people, and they had to walk away. I don't even see that necessarily being you, and if it is you, you walked away after you got that Ace of Pentacles. How about that? And you also ended up with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, if this hasn't happened where you got the Ten of Pentacles and you're in the middle of this misery, this is how it's going to turn out. So if you're going through this Ten of Swords energy, you actually are going to get the ace. You're actually going to get the Wheel of Fortune and make the best out of the Wheel of Fortune is on your side. You are getting the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, there's just no other way around it. Okay, so through this, you've gained some attachments. Um, with the Devil card, there was also maybe some codependency going on here where um, you had to deal with some people. It was almost like you had to go along to get along because you were deep in this situation now. If this is a relationship, you were committed, you were in here, and you had to actually go through what you needed to go through to get what you needed to get out of it. Because here's the Hierophant card, so it very well could have been a marriage that you were involved in. And you you knew that it was something that you needed to get out of it that was very valuable with the Star card. You were like, I gotta do this. And there was a point in it where you were in hangman mode, waiting on that enlightenment about what action you actually needed to take while you were doing it. As you were doing it, you were getting little pinnacles and help all along. Here we have the Six of Cups here, and it looks like that if this was somebody you were involved with, that this was somebody that that you were very fond of, that obviously you trust, which is probably why you actually took the offer in the first place. They actually see you as the Queen of Pentacles. So it could have been where they were actually codependent on you, and they knew that this was to their advantage because they figured that you were going to be the best employee or partner. They knew that you could get the job done. They offered this to you because, and this could be a marriage because you got the Justice card here, you got the Hierophant card here. Somebody offered you a somebody offered you a marriage or a committed relationship because they saw you as being very powerful, very resourceful. And you actually thought that both of you were going to be doing this thing together, and you ended up doing all of the work. Once you realized what you were in, you were like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go for broke and do what I have to do. I'm going to have to go within. I'm going to have to go deep because I'm in this thing now and I got to make it work to my advantage. And what could have possibly happened was you were married and y'all did a business together and you ended up having to work this business and you turned this business around, made a lot of money off of it, or became the breadwinner with it. Something you did where you just took this thing on by yourself and you just kind of bossed out with it. And you turned that disappointment into the Ten of Pentacles. And yeah, there's the Lover's card and the Ace of Swords. And this was a lot of confusion, but it ended up with the victory. And there may have even been some other people involved that was trying to mess this relationship up while you were doing all of this work, and you had to deal with that as well. And it looks like you made you all look so good, Scorpio. It's like you made y'all's relationship look so good that other people were thinking that y'all had it made. And they were trying to come in and flirt and mess it up. They were jealous. They were jealous because they thought that you all had all the money and the business, but you were doing this all by yourself. And you had no idea how you were going to come out on top. But you did. You managed to do it all on your own. And the person that you're with or were with, if y'all are not together, somebody's withholding emotion. So it's like you actually went through all this with your person. You got the material. You got the material gain, but now you're emotionally deprived. This has like emptied your emotions out. You no longer even feel connected to the person that either you're married to, committed to, or partners with in this. It's like, yeah, you have absolutely nothing left for this person, and you're manifesting moving forward. You're trying to work on something else. Actually, you're working on building your strength up because of the disappointment that you have here. You're working on building your strength up so that you can actually find security somewhere else. Like you're gonna take whatever it is that you gained here, and you're either going to, yeah, that's like the third cup that I've seen that is empty. You're trying to get your emotions back. And you're trying to make a choice on whether you're going to leave or whether you're going to stay. And you're realizing that if you're ever going to get your emotions back intact after all of this betrayal and hell that you had to go through, that you're going to have to leave. What you're doing is you're thinking strategically and logically about how to get the Ten of Cups. You're trying to get all of your cups back. You're trying to get your emotions back. See, these cups were reversed, which means all of the waters come out of them, all the emotion is out of them. You're trying to figure out logically, mentally, like, how am I going to get my emotional self back? I got the material stuff. I won. I got the victory here. I got the Ten of Pentacles, but my cups are empty. And it's a burden on you because you did all this work and you feel committed to the people or person that's in this. You're going inward. There's the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like as you go in, you activate the Wheel of Fortune, which gives you the reciprocity that you're looking for. But you're still worried about leaving this person out in the cold that you built this with. This also may be why the Devil card is here, because it's like you want to get out of this. It's like I made the best of it. Now I'm ready to get out of it. If this is a job, it's like I've been here long enough. I've made the best out of it. I've gotten my raises. I've gotten my promotions. I've gotten my recognition. I have nothing else to prove. I'm ready to move on. If it's a relationship, it's the same thing. I'm married. I built this thing up. We got the house. We got the two-car, three-car garage. We got the children. We got everything. But I have, got to take myself and roll. And you're finding yourself now having to go inward in order to get your love back. You have the Fool card here that came out in the reverse. I normally don't even, I read reverse cards, but they're normally not reversed because I always fix them when I finish reading. But with the Fool in reverse, even though you feel like that, you feel like you don't want to take that leap of faith because you feel like that's not the reliable thing to do. And even though you want to leave, you still have a lot of your passion and drive that you put into this that you don't want to walk away from it, right? But you also don't feel the same way about this person that you've worked with. It has definitely crumbled. Yeah, see, the relationship has crumbled, but what you all have built is very strong and powerful. And you just don't understand how you're going to move forward like this. You can't see any other way but leaving. It's like you keep going back and forth with it. Leaving, staying, wanting balance, and wanting this Nine of Cups. You're feeling like, hey, I'm just not able to do this. But I'm not able to walk away at the same time. All of those cards kept coming back to back, leaving, staying, leaving, staying, leaving, staying. I mean, that's how all of them are looking, right? Now, what it could be, because look, okay, so here's your let's go back and look at it, because I read all the way through. Here, because I wanted to see if you were ever going to walk away. And remember, this was in the reverse. And this was where you were having to go inward in order to get self-love. Because this is defined here as you feeling betrayed. You don't trust anybody else. Overall, you feel like you don't have, it's not time for you to move forward. So you do have the victory, but that Ten of Swords is all about the people that you were involved with in this endeavor. It's like you got the victory materially, but you are emotionally drained. That's what it looks like. You got the victory materially, but you are emotionally drained. That's interesting. Never quite had a reading that clear, that drew the line between the emotions and the material world, the emotional world and the material world, that clear. But it looks like you kind of doing the right thing by going inward and not being too hasty, but it's keeping you up at night. That's the thing. So while you're going inward, go ahead and detox. Take care of your body. All right, and you need to resolve some things, because one way or the other you're going to have to get some rest, and you're going to have to take care of yourself, and you're going to have to forgive yourself. You can't live in regret, because I mean, you really didn't know. You thought maybe you could trust this person, these people, this job, or whatever it was, and you really didn't know. See, there's the career card. So for some of you, it is a job. Like you took on something and you actually nailed it, but it drained you. And it was to their advantage. Even though you won, they won too, because whatever recognition you got, they also got. And if this is a partner, same thing, they benefited off of your win. So that's why you feel so drained, because you're like, and look, there's the health card. It took a toll on your health. And you're going to have to hurry up and take a look at that, because, it's just one of those things that you're going to have to make sure that you do what you need to do in order to make sure you're okay. That's the most important thing, is to make sure you're okay. If this is a job, considering how well you did on this job, you actually have a lot of credentials to be able to go somewhere else, if you think that's going to give you back your emotional balance. Okay. Um, Someone is trying to actually reconnect with you. If there's some friendships or some things that you lost along the way here, looks like somebody's trying to come back in and reconcile. So it looks like somebody's trying to actually apologize about all of this. It's up to you whether or not you want to accept that, or what you want to do with that. But it looks like somebody is coming in to try and say, hey, I'm sorry that this turned out this way. But this was a bittersweet victory here. Um, you won, but it was emotionally draining. Definitely replenish yourself, Scorpio. Replenish yourself. Let your friends help you. This is a really good time to reach out to your friends and make sure that they help you, and try to forgive and learn as soon as possible so that you can heal yourself. And from now on, definitely love yourself first and think about yourself, and don't let anybody pull the wool over your eyes and pull you into something that's going to drain you like this. Like Libra, you probably learned a big lesson here. I hope that this was a good reading for you, and I want you to reconstruct the world by reconstructing your mind. Like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. Bye.